shock and outrage. Viral justice strikes again. Cops say this video was posted to Facebook and it went viral fast. It shows a mom apparently nodding out on a Philadelphia bus while her little daughter tries to wake up her mommy and even holds her head up so the woman doesn't fall over. Look at this. We had to blur the woman's face. That's not just napping. Moments ago, we learned the little girl has been taken away from her mother after outraged citizens called police and demanded justice for this little girl. People said it looked like the 26-year-old mother was, quote, doing the heroin nod, end quote, alternating between a waking and drowsy state. However, we want to stress we have no official confirmation the mother was on drugs, and we invite her on any time, and obviously we've blurred her face so that she's not identifiable. We can tell you she has a history of theft and prostitution. The mother posted an unbelievably angry message to Facebook, quote, I effing hope all you scumbags out there are effing happy, end quote. I just lost the best thing in the world to me, all because people think before they open their mouths. A lot of people are upset, pointing out that somebody recorded this video and it went on and on and on. I watched the Raw for minutes. They recorded the mom nodding out. As the stations are announced, as people walk by, tons of people walk by. Nobody says a word to the bus driver. Nobody calls 911. Nobody tries to intervene, even though obviously there's a little 7-year-old approximately sitting there on a bus with a mother who's out of it, straight out to the lion's den. Wendy Murphy, former prosecutor, what should happen next? They took the daughter away. The mother hasn't been charged with anything. Should she be charged with something like endangering the welfare of a child?
Well, probably not. You know, I do think this is a DCF investigation at a minimum, and they should check out what else is going on in this kid's life, because if the mother is passing out from drugs or anything else, that's dangerous for a kid on a bus or at home or anywhere else. So they should do an investigation. I don't think it's a crime, and as you know, Jane, and I've heard you say it, I have a soft spot for people with addiction. If she can get help and become a better mother, and she really is a good mother otherwise, then she should get help.
Well, listen, Jane, we can't say this woman was on drugs, prescription or illegal, but that's obviously the first thing that comes to mind, and that's what people were posting, that she seems in an altered state. She's not napping. She seems to be nodding out. Now, we can tell you, independently of that, heroin use is skyrocketing across the country. Experts say it's almost doubled in the last 5 years, and prescription pills are at the center of the epidemic. About 3/4, 80% of the people who used heroin in 2011 had previously abused mood-altering prescription pills that give you a heroin-like high. We're talking Vicodin and oxycodone. Okay, heroin use is 19 times higher for people who have abused prescription pain meds. And so I want to go to Peter Santoro, recovering addict. You have admitted and very courageously talked about your recovery, that you have done heroin in the past. You have done pills that have a heroin-like high. Let's show the video. When you see this woman, what we call nodding out, we don't know for sure, but what does it look like to you? Peter.
Yes. Well,
what does it look like to you?
It's very sad. I mean, this is a woman obviously either on heroin or methadone or some sort of oxycodone or some sort of, opiate-addicted drugs. It's, we're always surprised at that. This is what these drugs do. I mean, the reason people use them is because they work. The interesting thing is, though, it's a treatable disease. The woman's not a bad person. She's just sick. This disease wants to kill, and it doesn't discriminate. It's very patient. Before it kills you, it'll make you miserable. And the truth is, it'll affect all the people around you.
I want to say this, Anna David, CEO AfterPartyChat.com. I'm in recovery. Hopefully, April 1st, I'll have 19 years. I certainly am not going to point the finger. Here's the thing, though. She took absolutely no responsibility in her open letter where she basically said F you to everybody. And there's a child who, it breaks my heart for this child, that she's got to prop her mom's head up. Let's call it what it is. It doesn't look like she's taking a nap.
It doesn't look like she's taking a nap, Jane, and I would agree with Peter. It looks like an opiate nod. And, you know, yes, it's not great that she had this horrible reaction, but I have learned, being in recovery for over 13 years, that you never know who's going to get it and who isn't. You know, I wouldn't rule her out. You know, possibly this is the loudest intervention, you know, and just the one she needs. But I think it's tragic watching all those people ignore her and her child sitting there trying to help. But showing the fact that this went viral is, you know, helping to make people more aware.